Are you thinking about moving to Ogunquit, Maine? Well, in this video, we're going to be talking about the pros and cons when considering Ogunquit your next place to live. And we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to our channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living in Southern Maine, then click subscribe and tap the bell so that you can be the first to know about the current market in Southern Maine. We get calls and text messages every day from people just like you, looking to move in 9 days or 90 days. Just give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom. We're happy to help you make that smooth move to Southern Maine. Okay, here I am in downtown Ogunquit, and I came here early in the morning because there's actually quite a bit of traffic cruising up and down Route 1. Now, Ogunquit is known largely as a tourist town, but geographically, this town is actually kind of small. It's only about 16 square miles. The downtown area of Wells was actually Ogunquit until 1980, when Ogunquit split off to become their own town. To give you some comparison, the town of Wells is still 74 square miles. Ogunquit has a population between 1,000 and 1,500 people year-round, but in the summertime, that population explodes. The school system for Ogunquit is still the town of Wells. This town has a median income of $80,000, and the average age of the residents is 65 years old. Ogunquit is a highly sought after town for real estate, so you have to expect to pay a little bit more for your next home. So let's talk about pro number one, the awesome beaches in Ogunquit. The beach has quite a bit of parking, but it still fills up in the summertime, which means you want to get there early. But the nice thing about it being so close to downtown is that when the parking in downtown fills up, which consists of a little bit of parking, as you can see here along Route 1, and back there's some municipal parking as well, but it fills up. You can always park at the beach in the evening and walk to downtown. It's not a far walk. Now, as you can probably tell a little bit, the downtown area of Ogunquit is really cool. And there's not a lot of traffic right now, obviously, because it's very early in the morning. The first con is traffic congestion. One thing you want to keep in mind is that downtown is Route 1. So that means there's a lot of traffic and a lot of congestion in the summertime. I've seen traffic back up to Ogunquit for over a mile. And that's because of this intersection right here. This four-way intersection has no lights. So what that means is during the summertime, people coming on Route 1 have priority, and they have to let people get out of downtown from the shore road over there and the road down to the beach. And traffic can get very congested. If you live in Ogunquit during the summertime, you're going to want to avoid this intersection, and the locals figure out a way around it. Now, crossing Route 1 isn't a problem, but cruising up and down Route 1 is a problem. You want to figure out a way to take the side roads. Even if you're here on vacation, plan your trip ahead of time so that you can avoid this intersection in downtown Ogunquit. Now, the next con that I'll talk about for Ogunquit is activities during the wintertime. So what can you expect from a town that's only 1,000 to 1,500 people, right? Not much. But the great thing is that if you like activities like indoor pickleball, you can travel to Sanford, which is very close, or you can travel to Kennebunk, which has an indoor ice rink. Another pro for Ogunquit, I would say, is the airports. This town is about 40 minutes away from Portland and Portsmouth, where you have some major airlines and you can get in and out of Southern Maine fairly quickly. The problem is that during the wintertime, snow conditions can cause delayed flights and canceled flights. So you're going to want to make sure that you fly out of Boston, which is about 90 minutes away. Now, if you're lucky enough to have your own plane, you can fly out of Sanford, which is about 20 minutes away. Okay, the next con I would say is parking. You know, if you come down to Ogunquit, it seems like everybody tries to grab one of these parking spots on Route 1, and sometimes you get lucky. Most of the time you have to park just up ahead here. There's some municipal parking, but a lot of times in the summertime that's full as well. So you want to plan ahead accordingly, maybe get here a couple of hours early, do some shopping, check out the area, because remember, the locals in the neighboring towns love visiting Ogunquit as well. Now, if the parking in downtown is full, no big deal. It starts to thin out down by the beach. You can park at the beach and walk up to the downtown area. The next pro is Marginal Way, which is a 1.25 mile walk along the rocky coast. Okay guys, listening to my recording, I decided that although the footage was okay, the wind was causing some problems with the microphone. What I wanted to point out here is that along the Marginal Way, you'll find several places where they place benches where you can sit down. if you see something that you like, and just kind of take it all in for a few minutes. Right now it's late March, and as I walked along the Marginal Way, I saw plenty of other people out walking it as well. The Marginal Way will eventually lead you down to Perkins Cove, and from there you can either walk back the 1.25 miles up Marginal Way, or you can walk up the Shore Road, which is also a great walk, and there's sidewalks there as well. There's a lot to be said about living on the rocky coast. The beaches in Maine can take a beating from erosion, and if you watch some of my other videos, you'll see how the sand actually gets washed out on those beaches, and usually comes back every summer. It always has anyway, but it can be kind of startling if you own one of those houses on the beach. Living on the rocky coast, you get a lot more natural protection. You don't have to worry about erosion as much, and these houses along the coast in Ogunquit are much higher in elevation. Another one of the pros of Ogunquit is the Ogunquit Playhouse, which brings at least 4 Broadway shows a season to Ogunquit. I've gone to many of these plays, and I can tell you they're well performed and definitely a fun evening. These shows typically sell out, so you want to make sure you buy your tickets ahead of time. Some of the Broadway shows that have been here in the past are Mr. Holland's Opus, Mystic Pizza, Heartbreak Hotel, and The Nutty Professor. Some of the actors and actresses that have been here include Betty Davis, Sally Struthers, Hal Linden, and Valerie Harper. If you're coming to Ogunquit, make sure you check out what's going to be playing and buy your tickets weeks, if not months ahead of time. Okay, the next con, let's talk about real estate, which really I wouldn't say is that much of a con. Like I said, Ogunquit is a highly sought after place to live, where the average home sold last month was $775,000. Right now it's late March, and when I checked, there was only 12 listings of homes for sale in Ogunquit, and over half of them were well over $1 million. But if you stay on top of the market and work with a realtor, you can still find homes if you move quickly in the $600,000 range. Okay, let's wrap up this video, and remember, whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, just give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom. And until next time, we hope to show you around town.